Caught having sex with an 11-year-old student 2 months before wedding. Teacher
Yo, what is up my people? Yo, today we're watching the epidemic of female pred teachers. You know what? I didn't even know this was an epidemic, I can't lie, like, this can't be that common, right? Yo, let me know if this has ever happened, you know, anywhere where you've gone to school, but personally, I don't think I've had this experience.
Your favorite student?
Let's get into it.
Your favorite student?
I love all my students equally. I have no favorite.
Is that a lie?
No.
Bro, we're 5 seconds Yo, we're 5 seconds into the video. Yo, chill, bro.
So I guess it wasn't a lie because
Yo, by the way, if you guys can't, bro, Shams, you gotta change your webcam placement, bro. You gotta change it, bro. Always forcing me to come over here for no reason, bro.
she was found not guilty on sexual assault charges. But one thing
Yo, by the way, if you haven't realized, you know, I know. We've watched a couple 40 Shams videos recently. You know, I'm gonna switch it up next few videos, but you know, I rock with this guy's content. This guy's low-key jigs.
I can say is that there are a lot of other teachers that would not have had the same result. Teachers, the noble, underpaid heroes who shaped
Yo, this can't happen that much. This must be like cherry pick situations. There's no way this is enough to be an epidemic. You get me?
young minds, and occasionally for some twisted reason try to date them too. But no, seriously though, what's going on with all these inappropriate student-teacher relationships? And you know, maybe this is something that's always been going on, but recently people have been doing a better job of bringing it to light, exposing them. But recently it's been feeling like every other day I see a new story about a student and teacher scandal. Teacher caught having sex with an 11-year-old student 2 months before wedding. Teacher with a history of
11, bro. How old is that, bro? In UK, that's like year 7. So that's like what, like that's like grade 6 in America, or grade 5, something like that, right? Oh my god, no way. 11 is crazy. No. I thought, you know, when they were gonna talk about, I thought they were gonna see, you know, 14, 15, 16 to 18. You get me? But
of getting too close with students, arrested for inappropriate relations with student. 13
I mean, I can't lie, bro. I kind of understand the students, you know. Bro, lucky kid. Where was this in my high school years? Yo, those comments are crazy, but I can't lie. If I was the students, I might be going.
relations with student. 13-year-old fathered child with middle school teacher. Prosecutors say Laura Karen, 34, began a sexual relationship with her student that lasted years. A married substitute teacher was arrested after being caught undressed with a student in the back seat.
The student was scared and did the race butt naked.
He was caught an hour later. She was arrested and is facing felony charges.
Yeah, okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. He was scared enough to do the race butt naked. Now that's crazy.
Substitute teacher had sex with student. Video of it leads to her arrest. It's them damn substitute teachers, bruh. Y'all gotta watch out for them. And to be honest, I'm not even that surprised. Because when I was in high school, I remember having substitute teachers that looked like they just got picked off the sidewalk. I don't know who's doing the background checks on these substitute teachers, but y'all gotta do a better job. Maybe make the interview a little bit harder, do a little bit better screening.
Oh, you want them to ask the questions. Okay. Yeah. When you work with us, are you gonna sleep with the students? No? Okay, you're hired. Like, well, how are they gonna, how are you gonna resolve this just by asking? You need to, obviously they're not gonna have a record if they're working in a school. So how are they gonna know? Answer that one.
Check their social medias or something. But I guess this is the type of stuff that happens.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's not gonna be on there. They're not gonna find anything.
When education is so severely underfunded. A 33-year-old high school teacher in California has been charged for allegedly having sex with a 17-year-old student. School officials say they received an anonymous tip. She's currently
I mean, I'm 18. Yo, am I? I'm not too old, am I? Get out! My bad. Sorry. Don't do that. Sorry, my fault.
being held on a $20,000 bond. And you already know the degenerates in the comments are saying stuff like, free her, someone was hating, someone was mad they didn't get to hit, damn, I wish I was a teacher.
Yo, bro, stop moving
No way
your
I would
camera,
have ever
bro. I'm
told
blocking you
these
again.
white women can't keep their hands off these children. It's disgusting. And when you see a comment like that, you might be thinking, why do we have to make everything about race? But she hit it spot on the head, because as I was going through these cases, I noticed a pattern. Brief intermission, we're currently at 95K.
Get money up, bro.
Specifically white females. 6 female teachers arrested for sexual misconduct with students.
Did you literally show an example earlier where it's a black woman?
And mind you, this all happened in a span of 2 days. And is it just me, or do these teachers all kind of have a similar look to them? Let's call it the pred teacher look. Chicago teacher has been charged for having sex with a 14-year-old student over 45 times. She revealed to the student that her husband had an
45. Yo, 45. Do you know? Oh my days. 45. 45 is crazy. 45 is actually crazy. Like, that's going on for months and months. Especially considering what? A teacher's working 5 days a week, you know? They ain't gonna have that much free time. That's spread out over months. That's at least like 6 months worth.
affair with her best friend. She faces up to 60 years in prison. Her husband is standing by her side along the way. You know what? At this
Bro, if I'm that girl's husband, yo, I ain't doing all that. Yo, that is crazy. Standing by her side after all of that is actually crazy, bro. Like, if I had a wife and she's doing, if she's doing this behavior, yeah. Leah, bro. Leah, I don't know you. I'm not associated with you, bro.
point, just arrest the husband too, cause I knew he knew. They probably sat there
That's what I'm saying. Like, no normal husband is staying there.
and had a conversation like,
Since you cheated on me with my best friend, the least you could do is let me screw my student.
Hey, how you doing? Hi. Officer Guzman with Downers Grove. Do you have your license on you?
Tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna explain. I'm sure you're confused. I'll explain everything to you.
she probably already knew at this
You're
point.
Christina?
Yes.
Okay, Christina, do me a favor. Can you step out of the car for me? I know you're confused. I'll explain everything to you. You don't have anything on you? You can just grab whatever you need.
Whatever I need.
Yeah, whatever you need. Like your phone, your
Yeah,
your phone, grab
you're
it.
going to jail, buddy.
Yeah, you're going to the station. They're taking you away tonight.
Yeah, we're
Not in
gonna
a
explain
good
everything
way.
to you guys.
Jail.
You can go grab your things.
Can he come with me?
Yes, yes. Officer, just stay there, but yes, you can. But come on back here.
Should I shut the car off?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Goes off.
Yo, imagine she just starts driving.
Yo, she went and turned the car on. I ain't gonna lie, even though it was an accident, what do y'all think would have happened if a black person did that?
You get me? Straight. Straight heat. That's what's happening if a black person does that.
We have an investigation going on. We have to talk to you about it at the police department. We do have to bring you there, though. Okay? So I do have to put you in handcuffs and bring you to the police department. Just a Downers Grove.
Handcuffs?
Yes, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yes,
I'm like, willing
handcuffs.
to go with you.
I get it. Yeah, unfortunately, we have to do it that way.
Listen, I know you're used to a 14-year-old putting you in them handcuffs, but you know, this ain't that type. This ain't that type of timing.
But you can't even give me like an idea
At the moment,
what this is about.
Other than that, it's an investigation. That's all I can really tell
You know what this is
Sorry.
about.
I wish-
Wait, is my husband
I was finna say that.
coming with?
And I swear some of the people in these comments are just sick. They're talking about my hero. Where was these teachers when I was a kid? Like, buddy, you volunteered.
Yo, by the way, I just want to point out now, when I was saying earlier, you know, that I'm 18, I'm almost 17, you know, like, where's she at? That was a joke, by the way, guys. Yo, don't take that seriously.
Really want to get traumatized? When I see adults saying stuff like this, it reminds me of the rapper Boosie Badass, who literally hired strippers to do you know what with his son. Happy G-Day, Tootie Raw. Love you, son, with all my heart. Pops. See you tomorrow. Got a bag for you and a bad bitch to give you some head. You already know how
Yeah, I can't lie, that is crazy. Yo, some CPS needs to step in.
I do it too.
I can't lie, though, with the teacher, like, 45 times, like, that's not a traumatizing experience. I keep it real with you. Like, I'm thinking about, you know, me 4 years ago when I was 14, bro. You know, 14, 15, that's when guys tend to be out there, you know, they're trying to get some 24/7, you get me? Like, I'm thinking back to 14, I would have loved something like this, but, you know.
D-Rod, the mixtape
Obviously, it's still wrong. I'm not saying what she done was right, but
dropping October 1st. Man, that's just sad. Like, some of these people see getting essayed by your teacher not only as a positive experience, but they yearn for it. So it really makes me wonder, in the future, when they have kids, are they gonna put their kids in the same position? Or if their kids
yeah, hell no. Listen, if I have a kid, one, where you get me? What are you doing, son? And two, yo, I'm calling the police instant. Yo, 911, she's right over there. Yo, Gideon, she's right there, bro.
do find themselves in that position, are they just gonna be okay with it? Are they gonna be complicit? Well, sadly, this father was complicit with his son getting essayed.
This 26-year-old Missouri teacher was charged with statutory R after she was caught with one of her 16-year-old students. And it turns out that the victim's father knew this was going on the entire time. This all happened in Lakeway High School, where Haley Carmack worked as a math teacher, and she had only been there for a year until a student contacted the school's resource officer and told them that there was something weird going on between Haley and another student. The witness also said that Haley assaulted the 16-year-old boy in his family's driveway and that the victim had scratches all over his back
Oh yeah, now that's crazy.
from Haley. And allegedly, Haley used other students as lookouts so that other teachers wouldn't come in while she was doing inappropriate things.
What? This lady ran a whole operation.
Yeah, nah, that boy's a victim. Yo, I was gonna say, if it was just like normal, then like I kind of understand it. You get me? Like me 2 years ago, you know, that's pretty recent for me. I would have been like, you get me? But nah, if it's like that, that's crazy.
So was multiple people in on it? That's
That boy's a victim, yo. My heart goes out to that boy, bro.
crazy.
Also been said that Haley has been in trouble in the past because she was seen being too close with students. And what's disturbing is that this child's father knew that this was going on the entire time, and he didn't report it because he said that it was gonna happen behind his back, so he might as well let it happen. Haley
What a lame excuse for a father, bro. What type of
Nah, bro, you should that's straight up illegal, bro. You should just call the police straight away.
weak ass parenting, weak ass excuse is that? It was gonna happen anyways? This doesn't even make sense. Like, how about you talk to the school? And again, this goes back to what I was saying. I think his father is one of those people who thinks that being essayed is a positive experience. And that may stem from his own inner yearning for that type of experience. He, as an adult man, is acting out what he would want his father to do for him if he was in his son's shoes. Dude is literally living out his dark, twisted fantasy.
Okay though. All I'm gonna say though is, okay, it might from my point of view, I might see this a bit differently because, you know, as you guys probably know, I'm from the UK. As you guys can probably tell by the accent, right? Age of consent here is 16. Yeah. So I might see this a bit differently to, you know, like, bro, here, you know, any 16-year-old would be gassed unless they again like actually beat like this kid. You get me? What, from the sounds of it. But you get me? 16-year-olds be horny. That's what I'm trying to say.
Through means of his son's abuse.
Haley denied everything, but then police found text messages between her and the student. Haley was arrested and charged, and so was the father of the 16-year-old.
And see, that right there is a justifiable arrest because he was complicit to her actions. Teacher locked up for inappropriate relations with 13-year-old student.
Okay, is anyone? Let me see the comments real quick. Yeah, okay, I might be tripping. Okay, bro, I've just turned 18 in February. You know, I was, you know, start of this year, I was 17. You get me? I'm not gonna say anything. Everyone, I'm gonna get cancelled, bro. If I talk, I'm getting cancelled.
Now has a new job behind bars, an aerobic instructor. Hey, she can teach whoever she wants as long as y'all keep her away from them kids. And honestly, that last lady, Brittany Zamora, got off easy. She could have been in a situation like Alexandria Vera, who was also in a sexual relationship with a 13-year-old, but she ended up getting pregnant. And you know, that's not even the craziest part. The craziest part is this.
Yeah, now 13, bro, 13, that's a different story. 13, that's a completely different story. 13, that's a different story, yeah. 13, yeah, okay, that's way too, like, I'm just thinking, like, I feel like 16 and up is a bit different, but then again, I'm from the UK, so that would still be weird here, but it wouldn't be illegal. You get me? Because age of consent is 16. But I feel like in my head, like 16 and up, like you kind of know what you're doing. Like I'm thinking about me 2 years ago. I know. If I was getting into something like this, I know what I'm doing. If I was getting into something like this, I'd probably be the one instigating it. You get me? But I'm just, you know.
Prosecutors said the boy's parents didn't object to their relationship, and Vera told an investigator.
But 13, bro. If it's 13, 14, 15, 16, the 13, 14, 15, yeah, that's just grim.
They were very supportive and excited when she disclosed her pregnancy. She aborted the pregnancy after a child welfare investigator questioned her, according to court documents. McFadden said the boy and his mother wrote him letters that tried to put some of the blame for the relationship on the boy. Bro, where are they breeding these parents? Who thinks like that when their kid is being abused? I can't lie, it seems like in a lot of these cases, the parents are equally to blame. Substitute teacher Diane Lee Torres, 24, was arrested after an investigation revealed she...
I can say though, if this was flipped and it was an older guy with a younger girl, I'm really thinking about now how I'd consider it, and I do have to say, I would have a bit of bias. If it was an older guy and a younger girl, I'd be like, yo, what the fuck, you know? I'm sure everyone would be, what the, you know?
Admitted to dating a student. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, she got that look to her. Them eyes kinda creeping me out. High school teacher arrested after caught having sex with 18-year-old student in parked car by his mother. Police
18. Okay. Bro.
Police arrested Cartaya at the scene. According to court documents, Cartaya and the student allegedly had sex at least 5 times since October, but fewer than 100 times. And it seems like the son was missing rugby practice to go hang out with her, and the mom caught them using the Life 360 app, which is basically like a family safety location app.
Benton County Sheriff's Office 22-year-old Anna Maria Malazzo was arrested for sending...
Bro, I can't like 18 though, 18. I thought that was okay. I'm 18, bro. Listen, listen, Nikki. If this ever happens to me, I'm just gonna say, I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim, but you know that might be a bit different because you know. Actually, no. Every like 18-year-old bro is gonna be fully grown. You get me? I was gonna say that might be a bit different because I'm fully grown 6 foot, but like that's like every 18-year-old. I don't know. Listen, I don't want to say it's not abuse, but like the 18, that's my age. You get what I mean? If this happened to me, I wouldn't be a victim.
Indecent photos to minors, and
Why do they all have that one look, bruh?
charged with endangering the welfare of a child. Police say the boy in question is 14 years old. Police say they acted after a resource officer at Greater Southern Tier.
Yeah, now 14, yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. She belongs behind bars. 18 though, is it like, is that like illegal in America, or is it just because she was a teacher? Because I swear in America, if he wasn't a student, that would be legal, right?
Your Bosie's got a tip. She's now charged with a felony. That's sending indecent photos to a...
This is what I don't understand. If it was a 24-year-old with an 18-year-old, normally people would be like, yeah, it's cool. Because it's a 24-year-old with an 18-year-old student, they're like, you know, is this making sense right now? Like, is this like, it's making sense to me? You get what I mean? What I'm trying to say. But I don't know if I'm tripping or if I don't know.
minor. She's also charged with endangering the welfare of a child. Under
14-year-old's crazy though. I'm not saying 14-year-old isn't crazy. 14 is crazy.
New York State's no cash bail law, she was released and did not spend time in jail.
And again, the comments never cease to amaze. Felony, she did him a favor, being charged for being kind. Who
No, 14 is disgusting.
snitched, dog? Why can't this be me? The boy's father asked him to hand over the phone so he can review the pictures. And you know, for some reason, maybe it's because we're a society that focuses so much on looks. Some people have this superficial idea that depending on how attractive a teacher is, it somehow correlates to whether or not they would do something like this. But see, that's obviously not the case. A lot of the teachers that I went over today definitely meet the beauty standard. There's no shortage of men their age who would want to get intimate with them or even get into a relationship with them. But see, we gotta stop thinking in such a superficial manner. Now look, I'm not saying that there aren't certain patterns with how certain preds look. I'm saying that the issue isn't with their physical appearance. The issue is with something up here. A lot of people only look out for the way someone looks, but they don't pay attention to the way that someone talks, you know, the things they say, their mannerisms. Cause if they did, I'm sure they'd find the sign.
You know what, on second thought though, it is, from her side, that's disgusting. That's disgusting for her side. Because I'm just thinking now, if I was 24, I wouldn't even be looking. Like, I'm 18, right? If a girl's 16, which is legal in the UK, I'd still be like, hell no. Hell no. Like, 17 youngest for me. 17 youngest. And I'm 18. That's a year younger than me, right? 17 youngest. Preferably my age or like a year or two older, right? So like, I'm thinking from my POV, if I was 24, I'd be like, no, that's disgusting actually. So from her side, yo, that's messed up from her side. But like, I feel like 18-year-olds, from that 18-year-old isn't traumatized. Yo, who are we joking? That 18-year-old isn't true. That 18-year-old's fine.
And honestly, I feel like,
unless it was like, you know, a more abusive relationship. But I'm just saying, and I'm not like an incel either. I'm not like, you know, but I'm just saying, listen, I don't know, that might be biased because preferably I like females to be older than me, yeah. So if a girl came around, 24 might be a bit too old, but you know, hey, listen, she's bad.
this is something
I need to stop talking.
all parents should start looking out for. Because according to a report by the Government Accountability Office, it's estimated that nearly 1 in 10 students is subjugated to adult sexual misconduct during their academic years. And according to NBC News, an Associated Press investigation found more than 2,500 cases over 5 years in which educators were punished for actions from bizarre to sadistic. And teachers who failed to report misconduct basically get a slap on the wrist. 3 school employees were sentenced to a $2,000 fine, community service, and 18 months of court supervision. It was the only case identified by USA Today's review in which administrators face any criminal penalties for failing to report a teacher's misconduct.
Damn, only? That's the only case? No, that's crazy.
To state authorities. Like, brother, that is wild.
Like, bro, if you're a teacher and you knew something like this going on, like, that's messed up if you don't report it.
American schools are really not a safe place. And you know, I'm trying to understand the mindset of these
I need to move to America, yo. I'm joking.
Teachers and what might lead them to do such things. And I realize that some of them are missing that emotional intimacy.
Wait. I'm just realizing, yo, I'm low-key being slow right now. 18. In America, you're still in high school at 18. Nah, that's correct, bro. I'm 18, yeah. I've finished college. I've already finished college. Yo. Nah, bro, I couldn't imagine starting college now.
And they end up getting it from their students. And somehow that ends up turning into physical intimacy. And then of course there's some teachers, especially the younger ones, who haven't really matured past high school. They're not entering the profession for passion or education. They're still stuck in that I want to be part of the cool kids loop. They want to be the cool teacher. They want to be viewed as a cool individual and have some semblance of power. And being a teacher is the perfect place for them to find that, because being a teacher inherently comes with power. You're literally given authority and responsibility over these kids during school hours. And sadly, some teachers choose to abuse that. And we also got to talk about boundaries, because nowadays you have teachers and students who follow each other on Instagram, Snapchat, even TikTok, and boundaries are getting blurred.
Yeah, now that's crazy. Like, I'm thinking about when I was at school. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, following whilst you're still at school, having your teacher's socials is crazy work. Like, I had my teacher's socials, but that's only because I worked for one of my teachers at the time, and some of my teachers were it's funny, some of my teachers were also colleagues. So, you know, when I'm working, you know, I'd be calling them first name, you're right, and then when I go into school, I need to call them Mr. all of a sudden, and it's like, and I'm in trouble if I don't call them Mr. It's like, what?
It starts with a fire emoji on a story and ends with a court hearing. And a lot of these pred teachers use the DMs as a way to start grooming. And for any parents watching this, just some red flags to look out for. If a teacher is giving extra attention to one student, any private messages or texts outside of schoolwork, trying to
Private messages isn't crazy. Private messages is actually diabolical work.
be friends with their students instead of maintaining a professional relationship, any secret hangouts, rides home, or gift giving. Now, I'm sure there's a bunch of teachers out there who do some of these things with good intention, but that's obviously not always the case. And honestly, if I could change some things with the school system, I'd definitely include like a stronger reporting system, zero tolerance policies, better background checks, and mandatory boundaries training. But with that being said, if you made it this far, I appreciate you for watching.
Yeah, 100%. Yo, if you guys made it this far, you know, drop a like on my channel. If you like this video, drop a like on his too. I can finally move myself back over here. Yeah, you know, make sure you drop a like, drop a sub if you're not subscribed already, you know. Yo, if you guys can see the shirt, yo, what you rate the shirt? Yo, I need to stop with these dumbass cat shirts. Yo, anyways, I hope you man enjoyed. You know, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Afusa. Peace out.